What's up, guys? Gonna bring you up to speed on what is going on with Rusty Emerson's 5th gen Camaro. Now, this build has been one of the longest builds that's been here. It's been here, I don't know how long, but it's the oldest build that's still currently in the shop. But we're finally making some headway. I know I've said that in several videos, but it might actually run very soon. So just bring you up to speed of what's going on. We've got the car blowed apart again behind us. We have cut all the bracketry off of the shock towers here, cleaned up everything, welded up the holes. You can see the ABS used to sit up here. We've pushed it back all the way to the firewall. I still have to manipulate the lines a little bit, but that got it away from the header, away from the heat. Trying to think what else. Oh, another thing we've done recently is set up an oil scavenging system for this thing. We are going to run a scavenge pump. It doesn't really need it because the turbos are up pretty high, as you know, but it's getting pretty tight in the engine bay, and with hooking 2 points to the oil pan, there's just not a lot of room down there, and for the simplicity of it, I thought it best just to come out of your Maven supports right here, drain into this tank right here, which the pump will pull from on the bottom, and then return to a single line on the passenger side, which is really open. The tank will also vent right here. It'll vent up here somewhere, so it's not pulling too hard on there. We've got the catch can. We used a Motion Raceworks can, really nice billet can. Mounted it down here kind of out of the way. We've also got billet valve covers coming from LME. Rusty insisted on us having our logo engraved in them, which I normally don't try to put our logo all over everything, but he insisted, so it will have a rock solid helmet logo in the billet valve covers, which is going to be pretty cool. Another thing the valve covers have is number 10 vents. They will be at the back of the valve covers, out of the way. Also, the oil fill cap or access will be at the back as well, because as you know, it gets pretty crowded up front the way the headers are swooped up. That's probably all on the car itself that we've done. We're still hashing out some billet pulleys for this thing. He's wanting to try to get some billet pulleys on this thing, so we've looked at a couple kits, but all of your billet pulley kits pretty much switch the accessories around, and we want to leave all the accessories exactly where they are. So we're going to try to just get, you know, one pulley from one company, one pulley from another company, until we get a billet set up, but leaving all the accessories exactly where they are. So there's a view of all the stuff on the ground. We've got some parts I might not have shown before. We've got the fuel lab, fuel pressure regulator. I love these little things. They're nice and small and compact, and they look really nice. And you can get them to really, in some really big versions. This is an 8 in, 8 out. I didn't want a twin inlet with a single outlet, just because we're going to try to reduce the amount of plumbing all we can in here. It's even got a pressure sensor for data logging in the bottom, which I'm not sure if we'll use that or not. We've got the 4 Innovations triple pump set up. Drops right in the 5th gen with a 10 feed and 8 return. And last, we have the Motec M150 ECU. Went and picked that up yesterday. We're fortunate that Motec is local to us, so I just rode up the road and got it. We're working with Modern EFI on this. He's going to be doing the wiring. It's going to have all the OEM wiring in the car. we're gonna relocate the fuse box, which that's next on my list. We're gonna relocate the fuse box up here, lengthen the wires. The ECU is gonna mount here. So all this wiring and rat's nest in here is gonna be cleaned up a lot. We might even tuck this harness underneath the fender. I'm just gonna try to clean it up as best we can. And then I gotta give Brown and Miller a holler, and they're gonna come and do all the plumbing on the car. So we're gonna try to pack all this stuff in the next month to month and a half, and maybe have this thing fired up by sometime the end of June is the plan. The wiring is scheduled for the middle of June. So depending on how that goes and how far we get there in the 2 or 3 days that we've got scheduled for him to be here, we might get to hear this thing run for the first time. So that'll be exciting. That's your update on the twin turbo 5th gen. Hopefully the next update you get, it'll be running. So see you then.